Have you ever wondered if Cleopatra was truly an Egyptian? This ancient queen, known for her beauty and charisma, is often depicted as the quintessential Egyptian ruler. But her story is not as straightforward as it may seem. Cleopatra was actually the last pharaoh of the Ptolemaic dynasty, a lineage that traced its roots back to Greek Macedon, not ancient Egypt. This dynasty was established by Ptolemy the Soter, a companion and historian of Alexander the Great, following Alexander's conquest of Egypt in 332 BCE. The Ptolemies, including Cleopatra, were of Greek origin and culture, yet they ruled Egypt, a land with a rich and ancient civilization of its own. This dual identity, Greek rulers of an Egyptian kingdom, has sparked endless debates about Cleopatra's true ethnicity. So, was Cleopatra Egyptian or Greek? Stay with us as we delve into the life of this fascinating woman. Born into royalty, Cleopatra's life was anything but ordinary from the start. As the daughter of Pharaoh Ptolemy XII, Cleopatra was brought up in a world of power and privilege, yet this was no sheltered existence. From an early age, she was thrust into a world of political intrigue and tension, a world where alliances shifted like desert sands. Cleopatra was not just a royal princess, she was an intellectual powerhouse. Educated by the finest tutors of Alexandria, she became fluent in several languages, including Greek, Egyptian, Aramaic, and Latin. She was also well versed in mathematics, philosophy, oratory, and astronomy. This broad education would later play a significant role in her reign. The political climate of Cleopatra's youth was one of uncertainty and upheaval. The Ptolemaic kingdom was in decline, constantly under threat from the expanding Roman Empire. Cleopatra's father, Ptolemy XII, was a weak ruler, and his reign was marked by political corruption and economic crisis. Yet despite these challenges, Cleopatra showed an early aptitude for politics. She was astute, observant, and understood the importance of alliances. When Cleopatra was just 18 years old, her father passed away, leaving her the throne of Egypt. She was to rule jointly with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, who was only 10 at the time. However, Cleopatra, with her superior intellect and political savvy, quickly outshone her brother. She became the dominant ruler, and her reign marked the beginning of a new era in Egypt's history. But Cleopatra was not just a queen, she was a politically savvy leader and a scholar. Her early life shaped her into a formidable woman who would leave an indelible mark on history. From her education to her ascension to the throne, every aspect of her early life played a part in molding the influential figure she became. Cleopatra was not just a queen, she was a politically savvy leader and a scholar. Cleopatra wasn't just a figurehead, she ruled with audacity and cunning. This Egyptian queen was a master of political strategy, using her intellect and charm to maintain her power and protect her kingdom. Cleopatra's reign was marked by a series of strategic alliances and relationships, many of which were aimed at strengthening her position as Egypt's leader. One of the most notable relationships she formed was with Julius Caesar, the powerful Roman general. Cleopatra and Caesar's relationship was not just a romantic affair, but also a political alliance. Cleopatra used her relationship with Caesar to secure her throne against internal threats, and to strengthen Egypt's ties with Rome, the superpower of the time. But Cleopatra's political maneuverings didn't end with Caesar. After his assassination, Cleopatra formed another alliance, this time with Mark Antony, another powerful Roman leader. This alliance was not just about power. Antony and Cleopatra developed a deep personal relationship, with Antony even choosing to live in Egypt rather than Rome. This alliance brought Egypt a period of stability and prosperity, but it also drew the ire of Rome, leading to eventual conflict. Cleopatra's reign was not just about alliances and power plays. She was also a progressive leader who initiated significant economic and agricultural reforms. She promoted trade, implemented tax reforms, and encouraged the growth of the agricultural sector. These policies not only increased Egypt's wealth, but also cemented Cleopatra's popularity among her people. Yet despite her political acumen and reformist policies, Cleopatra's reign was fraught with challenges. She faced internal rebellions, Roman aggression, and even a revolt led by her own brother. But through it all, Cleopatra remained resolute, using her intellect, charm, and political savvy to navigate these challenges and maintain her hold on the Egyptian throne. In her quest to protect Egypt, Cleopatra would form alliances that would become legendary. Her relationships with Caesar and Antony, her reforms, and her relentless spirit in the face of adversity all attest to Cleopatra's audacious and cunning reign. In the face of defeat, Cleopatra chose her own destiny. As we delve into the final years of Cleopatra's life, we find a queen fighting against the inevitable tide of the Roman Empire. Her power, once unchallenged, was waning, and her world was changing rapidly. Cleopatra's struggle against Rome was no easy task. Rome was a formidable enemy, a rising power that was steadily consuming the world around it. Cleopatra, ever the strategist, sought to secure her kingdom's independence through alliances and diplomacy. But the tides of politics and war are fickle, and the balance of power was rapidly shifting. In the midst of this turmoil, Cleopatra's personal life was equally fraught. Her partner, Mark Antony, was a key ally in her struggle against Rome. Together they dreamt of a powerful Eastern Empire, a dream that was cut tragically short. Mark Antony, defeated and humiliated by his rival Octavian, took his own life. His death was a devastating blow to Cleopatra, both personally and politically. And then the mystery that has puzzled historians for over 2,000 years, Cleopatra's own death. The Queen of Egypt, the last of the Ptolemies, chose to die on her own terms. Legend has it that she used a venomous asp, a symbol of divine royalty, to end her life. Whether this is true or not, what is certain is that Cleopatra's death was as dramatic and enigmatic as her life. Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty, a 300-year-old rule that had begun with Ptolemy the Soter, a general under Alexander the Great. With her death, Egypt fell under Roman control, becoming a province of the mighty empire. This marked the beginning of a new era in Egypt, one defined by Roman rule and influence. In the end, Cleopatra's life was a saga of power, passion, and tragedy. She was a woman who held her own in a world of men. A queen who ruled with strength and cunning. A figure whose legacy continues to fascinate us to this day. Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the beginning of a new era in Egypt. Cleopatra's life continues to captivate us, but what is her true legacy? This Egyptian queen's influence permeates popular culture, transcending the confines of history. Her name alone conjures up images of power and beauty, of a woman who used her wit and charm to navigate a male-dominated world. In the realm of art, Cleopatra has been immortalized countless times, her image evolving with each depiction. From the ancient coins bearing her likeness to the Renaissance paintings that portrayed her as a European queen, each interpretation reflects the time and place of its creation. Today, she is often portrayed as a beautiful seductress, a testament to the enduring fascination with her romantic liaisons. Literature, too, bears the imprint of Cleopatra. She has been the subject of many works, from Shakespeare's tragedy Antony and Cleopatra to numerous modern novels. These works often focus on her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, but they also highlight her political acumen and her strength as a leader. Yet despite her prominence in art and literature, Cleopatra remains a figure shrouded in mystery. Ongoing debates about her character and ethnicity add to her enigma. Was she the ruthless power seeker some historians claim, or a savvy political strategist? Was she of Greek descent, as suggested by her Macedonian lineage, or did she have Egyptian roots? These questions continue to stir interest and provoke discussion among scholars and history enthusiasts alike. Perhaps one of the most fascinating aspects of Cleopatra's legacy is the way she continues to defy categorization. She was a queen, a mother, a lover, and a leader. She was a woman who navigated the complex political landscape of her time with intelligence and grace. And she was a woman of her own making, who crafted her image to suit her needs and ambitions. Cleopatra remains an enduring symbol of power and intrigue, a woman who defied conventions and left an indelible mark on history. Her life continues to captivate us, not just because of her power or her beauty, but because of the complexity of her character, the depth of her influence, and the mystery that continues to surround her. So, we've journeyed through Cleopatra's life, but what have we learned? We've unraveled the enigma of her Greek heritage, peering back into her early life and the influences that shaped her into the unparalleled queen she became. We've delved into the intricacies of her reign, a period marked by political maneuvering, alliances, and power plays that echo through the corridors of time. We've explored her alliances with Roman leaders, including Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Alliances that were as much about love as they were about political strategy. We've confronted her tragic death, a moment that signaled the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. And most importantly, we've reflected on her enduring legacy, a legacy that transcends centuries and continues to captivate us today. In the end, Cleopatra was a woman of many facets. A queen, a scholar, a mother, a lover, and a legend. She was not just Cleopatra the Egyptian or Cleopatra the Greek, but Cleopatra the unforgettable.